Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining tonight's meeting. We're here to talk about 30 Chestnut Street. The proposal here is to renovate a three-family, demolish and renovate kitchens and bathrooms, new interior finishes, new electrical and mechanical systems, repair masonry, sprinkler, fire alarm, new elevator, and repair interior plans. This proposal is located, of course, in the neighborhood of Beacon Hill. This meeting is being recorded and will be used as public record. Please do not participate if you do not consent to be recorded. A recording of this meeting will be uploaded to my ONS YouTube channel. The link is here, but I will also include it in the chat during the presentation. So my name is Shanice Pimentel. I am your Beacon Hill liaison for Mayor Martin J. Walsh for the Office of Neighborhood Services. My email is shanice.pimentel. My last name is spelled with an EL at the end, at boston.gov. My phone number is 617-635-2679. So just some guidelines for participation. The agenda will go as follows. We will first go through an overview of guideline and process. Then we will do the applicant will have an opportunity to do an introduction and presentation of the proposal. And then we will go through written Q&A first and then allow time for verbal feedback. Please try to limit your verbal feedback to 2 minutes so that we can finish this meeting on time. You may continue to submit written comments until the scheduled ZBA hearing date to my email. There is currently no scheduled ZBA hearing date. So the guidelines go as follows. We ask that you engage respectfully at all times. Disruptive behavior will not be allowed and you will be removed from the meeting. The applicants will present their proposal, then we will devote the remainder of the time to feedback. We encourage the use of the Q&A function unless there is an issue of accessibility to better navigate questions, comments, and or concerns. We will go through the Q&A first or the chat and then allow time for spoken feedback. Feedback will be limited to 2 minutes per person to allow as many people to share their thoughts as possible. Of course, we will go through the first round of folks that want to give verbal feedback, and then we can circle back and do any second opportunity to speak if you do wish to provide more feedback, and there is still time left in the meeting. Upon completion of the community meeting, this proposal will be scheduled a hearing date, and abutters within 300 feet of the proposal will be notified. They are also required to meet with the Beacon Hill Civic Association, which they have not done so yet. So a few helpful notes on attending this WebEx event. When you join as an attendee, your microphone will be muted automatically and you will not have the ability to turn on your camera. The menu at the bottom of the screen will have different icons for microphone. This will be grayed out, participants, Q&A, more, and leave the event. If you can't hear, try checking the phone icon or check the top of the screen where it says communicate. And then to give testimony, raise your hand or comment in the chat, and I will unmute you to raise your hand. Open the participant information panel, which is, I believe, the little person icon, and then click the hand icon in the lower right corner. Once you're done with your testimony, I do ask that you click the raise hand feature again to lower your hand, and that will help me better manage this meeting. If you're connected by phone, please press *3 to raise your hand. You will hear 2 beeps when you are taken off mute. Then it is your turn to speak. Once your testimony is done, of course, as I stated, click the raise hand feature so that you can lower your hand. With that being said, I am going to pass the presenter role over to Ty, and he will share his screen, and we will give them about 15 minutes of uninterrupted presentation time. Ty, let me know if you're able or if you're having any difficulties.
Oh, there you are. Okay, I was on unmute, Shanice. Sorry about that. Shanice, thank you very much, and good evening to one and all that are attending this meeting. My name is Ty Gupta. I am managing the project over at 30 Chestnut Street in Boston, Beacon Hill. And this evening's presentation is essentially to explain to the neighbors and the abutters that we are applying for an extension of an existing penthouse on top of this building on its sides, not the front or the back, but on the sides. So, Shanice, is my screen accessible at this point?
I think you have to reshare your screen like you did just
okay.
Yeah, before we started the meeting.
Yeah, this should be.
There you go.
Is that good? Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially, if people can notice that these are the sections of the existing penthouse that are sort of have been left unattended over the years. And what we are proposing is to extend these two on either side. By doing so, I'm going to show an existing elevation here. The PDF is a little clunky, so bear with me. It might take a little time sometimes just moving from one screen to the other. So the existing elevation of view on the building is on the screen that I'm showing presently. These are the sections that are sort of, the space is basically, it's a void, there's a void between the party wall and the existing penthouse sections on the side. What we are proposing are to extend these sections on either side, which would result in an increase of the FAR of the building by approximately 75 square feet, 75 square feet. And we had applied, when we applied for the permit, that's when it triggered a zoning violation. The zoning violation was shared with Beacon Hill Civic Association and also with this application. And essentially that's what we are here for, to share that with the neighbors, that they would be amicable for us as one of the property owners to allow us to extend the sides of this penthouse. That's essentially, in a nutshell, is what we are here for.
Okay, so thank you for that. If you guys are ready, we can open up the floor to Q&A. So again, if anyone would like to ask any questions or give any feedback, please raise your hand so that I can unmute you. Okay. We have call-in user. Hi, call-in user. I'm seeing the first three numbers of your phone is 367. Can you hear us?
Yes. Hello.
Hi, can you say your name and address for the record?
Hi. My name is Linda Schubert-Bodman. I live at 24 Chestnut. I'm not entirely sure whether the issues that relate to 30 Chestnut Street are being addressed right now. And we do have comments from the proprietors who own Spruce Place. And could we know if what we just heard related to 30 Chestnut Street?
Okay, thank you. I'm going to mute you now. Do you guys want to respond to that?
If I understood, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. If I understood the question, Lady Linda Schubert, she was asking if these plans are in relation to 30 Chestnut, the answer would be yes.
Does that answer your question?
No. We are unaware of any plans from 30 Chestnut that have to do with a top floor, is it, of 30 Chestnut?
That's correct, Linda. Yeah.
And may I ask again for you to identify who you are?
Oh, sure. I'm one of the owners of the property, Linda.
What is your name, please?
Sure. My name is Ty Gupta.
Okay. We have tried to reach you for several months, first through Howard Goldberg at MGM and recently through Davis Malm, and you have not been responsive to our inquiries about your plans for this building. We've asked for the plans, and we've also interfaced with your project manager. You have violated the terms of usage of our commonly owned passageway. And right now, what you are describing as a penthouse does not exist at that property. And we wish the city to be aware of this, and you. And we invite you immediately to connect with council so that we may discuss this.
So I'm not sure, Linda, if Howard and I have been in touch when we first bought the property. They brought the matter.
And Elizabeth Goodrow. Okay, so you have repeatedly violated private property usage here. And right now, what you are describing, none of us are aware of. We are the owners of the passageway. So please explain and make available your plans so that we may see them.
I'd be happy.
Sorry, we're gonna give the applicant the opportunity to speak. I'm going to mute you now, but just as a reference for everybody, I'm more than happy to connect you all to the applicant post this meeting. We are here to discuss the proposals at hand for 30 Chestnut. Anything else, I would be more than happy to connect you guys outside of the meeting. So Ty, go ahead.
Oh, sure. Am I still responding to Linda's questions?
Yeah, you may respond to Linda.
Oh, sure. So I think we're talking two different things, Linda. The matter at hand with Howard Goldberg, that has to do with the neighbors of all the properties in that alley of Spruce Place to sign a common agreement, and I had consented to do that since the time that we purchased the property. And so I'm not sure when you say we have not responded. I have emails since starting in March of 2020 that would show that we've been very responsive. I know you have met with the site managers and you've raised concerns about the usage of the passageway. We have just as much right to use the passageway for transportation of vehicles or goods because we do have a garage, a two-car garage over there. So we have not violated none of the neighbors have reached out to us saying that we have violated anything. We've had really good relationships with all the neighbors that we have met, or that I have personally met. So I'm happy to meet you off-site if that helps you, and happy to answer or address any questions or concerns for you.
Thank you, Ty. And I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like the passageway doesn't have much to do with the actual
Exactly.
plan. Okay, so in that case, any other questions about the passageway, please connect with the applicant. You may email me or connect with the applicant directly regarding the passageway, but we will continue to answer questions that are regarding the proposal directly. Okay, we're going to go next to Patricia. Hi, Patricia. Can you hear us? Hey, Patricia, can you hear us? Okay, we'll come back to Patricia. Next, I saw Jean Blasberg. I'm sorry, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, you are.
Okay, can you please say your name and address for the record?
Yeah, my name's Jean Blasberg, and my husband John and I live at 28 Chestnut Street.
Okay, perfect. And you can proceed with your testimony.
Okay, actually, my husband's also online and has his hand raised. He's going to just speak for us. Hold on.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
So we live at 28 Chestnut, and Ty, I'd just be interested at the right time here before things get finalized and approved to understand how this expansion is going to interact with our property, the chimney. It looks like it comes up and somehow attaches to the chimney and to our property line. So I'd like to just understand that in a little bit more detail. I don't know if now is the right time, but before things get approved, I think that would be an important thing for us to know as your abutter.
Oh, absolutely, John. Hi, John. Hi, Jean. If you recall, John, we had met with, I forget the gentleman's name, was in Mark Ward?
Probably Barry Mann.
Oh, Barry Mann, sorry. Yeah, that's the, so, I'm happy to do that again and explain to you with the plans on site. It might be more appropriate for us to meet at 30 Chestnut, and I can walk you folks through exactly how the extension of that penthouse would be on the sides.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, and then this is Jeannie. I just wanted on record, like we've had issues with the roof, the abutting walls with the roof, both with gutters and downspouts and leakage. So to the extent all of that is going to change with your new penthouse design, we'd need to work together to make sure downspouts, gutters, and anything that could affect our roof line is addressed collaboratively.
Absolutely, Jean. Yeah, we will. When we meet, we can definitely address that. And if we need to change the size of the gutters or the downspouts, we can definitely review all of that. It might help if you can bring the company that Barry Mann had represented. They might be able to give you guidance at that point.
That's Pomeroy and Company, and there is a chance Barry's on this call right now, but we should all get in touch after this process is done.
Sure.
Great. Okay, thanks. I will follow up on that with you.
All right. Thank you, folks.
Okay, awesome. Next, we're going to try Patricia again. Hey, Patricia, can you hear us now? I think she was having some issues with her AirPod. Okay, we'll come back around. Okay. I'm not seeing any additional raised hands, so we're going to give Patricia another moment. But if you guys can take just a quick second to lower your hands. If you guys have any further questions or concerns, please re-raise your hand so I can still see who wants to provide testimony. Patricia says that she'd like to see an elevation, please. Can you guys
sure.
That? Side elevation, sorry.
1 second. Shanice, are you sharing the screen now?
No, it's still you. We can still see it.
Oh, okay, all right. So let me go through the elevation. So this is the first one. That's the existing condition. And this is the proposed elevation.
Do you have any details on the difference? Patricia's asking, do you have the side elevation?
A side elevation, yeah, they usually don't, from what we've seen. I can ask for a side elevation and I can send it to Patricia. I can ask David Freed, who's the architect for the presentation. Let me see on the side. I have a rear elevation, which I'm showing now. This is the before, and this is the after.
Okay.
Yeah. But I can send details to Patricia about the side, regarding the side elevations.
Okay, that's great, and you guys can definitely communicate on that. She did mention that that the Beacon Hill Civic will be able to see this proposal on March 3rd.
Sure.
Okay. So with that being said, I'm not seeing any additional raised hands. I will give folks just an additional 2 minutes. If anyone else wants to say anything before we adjourn the meeting, but if there are no more comments, then we can adjourn the meeting, okay?
Okay.
And of course, please, if you guys would like to provide any additional testimony that you were unable to at tonight's meeting, please feel free to shoot me an email. I did add my email to the chat, and then a recording of this meeting will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, which I also included the link in the chat.
Great. Shanice, thank you so much for coordinating the meeting. I thank you for your time and patience during this process.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Have a good night, everybody.
Okay, good night.
Good night.